Yeah, it was our best game probably of the year. I'd have to go back, and it's been a while. Maybe Florida on Friday. But it was a good game. Did everything well. Oh yeah, absolutely. He's a great kid. He's a good pitcher. Was working through some injury stuff in the fall. Was a little bit behind. Was kind of just okay going into the season, and the first 4 weeks of the season, 4.5 weeks of the season, we pitched really well. So it was really hard to get innings, and that's not really the story. The story is him, being a high level character guy and stay with it. And that was impressive. Like those 3 pitches he threw are usable, and he'll be back out there again. Whether this weekend or next Tuesday. I'm trying to get better. I mean, I literally didn't make the lineup until an hour and 20 minutes before the game today. Just it's got to get guys consistent and just try to maximize the talent that we have. And we did it with Tommy at Arkansas, and so throw one of those guys in the leadoff spot, and we're 2 for 2 with a leadoff homer. So maybe there's something to that. But he had a great night tonight. I'm sure that's a game he'll remember for a long time.
Is part of the reason why you did that was because you lead the team in walking and gets on base by this?
Yeah, I just liked the feel. I didn't really like anything honestly going into the day, and I made literally wasted more paper than anybody in Louisiana the last couple of days trying to figure it out. Like that's my job, and finally landed on that.
Seems like a lot of the at-bats are quality tonight, even for getting on base walking.
Yeah, it was good. It was a good night. Good night all the way around. I mean, we did some things execution wise. Great plate discipline. Drove some baseballs. And it's good. They need to have that, every once in a while, and hopefully that, carries over the weekend. Did great. Yeah, Sammy did great. Another guy, he's obviously pitched more than a guy like Cade Woods, but has pitched pretty well. I think he had maybe one speed bump outing, and, he's hung in there, and he's performed for the last couple weeks, and, so I'm excited. We're going to roll a little differently this weekend, with pitching staff, and excited to have him and Aiden Moffett and those guys, ready to roll this weekend. I thought it was good to get him out there. I think he's going to be a really good player. Michael started about 30 games in a row, and Ryan's a player. Zebradell also comes to mind of guys I'd like to have gotten more time for. He's really athletic. I'm sure he was a little nervous, first college start and all that. But I think he's going to be a really good player, and I think there's a lot of good baseball for Ryan here. Yeah, we again been doing well, and when I mention figuring out the lineup piece, it's difficult sometimes in a good way, and it's like I wanted to get him in there and start him tonight, but just it was good the way the game worked out. We kind of halved the game with everybody, and I was happy to see him get a couple of bats, drive one, put another good swing on his second at bat. I think he's going to be a great player here, and we're still working out the right combination. So I don't know if that's this weekend. I don't know if it's next week or 2 weeks or opening day of 2025. But there's a lot of guys that fit in that category, and you gotta graduate levels of things that you can do to elevate yourself. And just because we've lost some games, I still think we have a good team. I think the reason we've lost some games is because we played other really good teams, and so it's not easy to play here all the time right off the bat. As we can see, and honestly, it doesn't even mean it's the right thing if somebody is playing. So I'm excited about Jake though. I'm really excited about Jake. Well, I thought we played great tonight. We need to make it about baseball and just make it about like, hey, let's get 0 runs in the first inning. That was an accomplishment because Vanderbilt scored in like 10 of the last 11 innings, or maybe it was even 11 to 12 or 12 to 13. I don't remember. But let's get a 0 in the first, and let's take 3 or 4 really good at bats and see if we can put a 2 up in the first inning, and then move on to the next one. Kind of just like, hey, what's next? And that's kind of how we're going to roll, the rest of the way. Oh yeah, he's locked in. Yeah, I mean he was this weekend. We obviously used him this weekend. He was on at Arkansas, and he's moving in a really good direction. Another good performance tonight. I really wanted to get Cade in the game because him and Coach Yeski have been working hard, and Aiden, he'll be part of that now too. There were some things he had to get to, and he's strung together a lot of really good performances. So excited about that. I can't answer that honestly. Like I would be lying if I gave you something, but I thought I think what I like is the misses are smaller, and he's starting to feel the adjustment he needs to make to put the pitch where he needs to, and that's the story. Is when the pitcher can make their own adjustments, you're getting something, especially when you have a guy as much talent as Cam. Yeah, a bigger guy. I mean, sometimes putting it all together is a little tougher, but he's a good athlete. I think the strikes piece has gotten a lot better. I don't think you can just look at a stat sheet and go, this is what this guy is. Because outside of that first outing, he's been pretty good. Great outing. Well, I think we got him some rest. I felt like we were asking a lot of him of, hey, try to pitch in the midweek, get up in the bullpen, maybe don't go in. And he never said anything. That was just my own assessment. And I did not like where he's been the last couple of weeks. And what I mean by that, it was like I just made the decision like, hey, we gotta get him some rest. We gotta get him a bullpen schedule, get him ready to go tonight. Because that's another good performance. And if he's sharp and if he's fresh, then we need guys that can get us 6 to 9 outs in these SEC weekends. And I think he can do that, but he has to be set up to do that. He just hadn't pitched since last week, so it was important that we got him out there for that. We'll see. Yeah, I don't think so. I mean, he would tell you no, because he doesn't make excuses. Like his makeup is really, really good. When you start looking at where we're headed and who can be a solution, he can be a solution, and in the immediate and in the future for sure.
What do you think is going to be key for Garrett to lay out some of those straight balls and start driving?
Yeah, I think he's just grown as a hitter. The intent that he works with on a daily basis, the understanding of what he needed to do to improve, maybe understanding that by overswinging he was throwing away some at bats where he could. If he was a little more patient, he's either going to walk or he's going to be able to hit the ball over the fence because he's allowing himself to get a pitch that he can drive instead of trying to force it.
Is part of that the opposite field?
Yeah, it's great. I think he's done a great job with that. The one against Texas, that really stands out. I think he hit one against Florida that was really impressive. And then tonight, I think that one was just a pure strength. Yeah. But he's done a great job. He's really evolving into a great hitter. Yeah, it's a good one. Yeah, we hadn't used that since against Butler last year, so it's been over a year. And I want to play better baseball and score in more ways. Don't get me wrong, I love my man hitting 3 bombs over here, but if we can do that and do stuff like this, that's the difference in getting the spread to finish those games off. And so it's good to see. Yes. 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 I don't even really want to go back. It's kind of like if I'm telling them like let's get to the next, that's what we're gonna do. So excited to work out tomorrow. Amidst the tornado warning, and get ready for a good weekend. I think we'll be an improved team this weekend, and I think it's gonna be a great series. Yeah, geez. He don't need any help. Yeah, the other, for sure. So, see.